Patrick Royce, a very controversial tweet last night from you. Luis Arraez, who the Twins are claiming, and I guess he is too hobbled to play, is now sitting, and the batting title looks like it's there for his taking if he sits.
Yes, he would probably have to come down a couple of points to give Judge a real chance here. And Judge, of course, is spending a lot more time worrying about home runs, getting one more home run than he is base hits. So you would like to believe the Twins, but why should we?
Right.
They have established themselves as fantastic liars in the 2022 season. And my question would be, if I was there, so if you were still playing for first place, would Luis Arraez be playing? That would be my question. And I would guess that the answer would be yes. But they got Luis on board with this. They got him signed on to, he's hobbling. And nobody's been playing at 60% now. For the percentage keeps going down here. He's down to 60% for about the last, 2 months now? They're saying basically in an era when, nobody's hitting 300. There's going to be 8 hitters in the major leagues that hit 300. He probably would have hit 380 if he didn't have to play at 60% here the last couple of months. So let's heap it on and keep telling us how banged up he is, so that way you can back into the batting title. So, okay. And Luis signed on. There's no doubt about it. He's signed on with it. He's really, he'll tell Rocco Tuesday morning if he's good enough to play. But then, of course, Rocco will have to follow the Twins' tradition of giving him an extra day, because you got to worry about the later part of the season, right? So, which would be tomorrow. But anyway, with nothing to be decided, can baseball teams just play their games at any time they want to tomorrow? Because there's no decisions left to be made. I think the seeding will be set. I think the seeding will be set after today, probably. So if we know who's 6 versus 3, obviously we know who all the 3s are. We know who the 3s are. If 4, 5, and 6 are established, then go ahead and play at noon tomorrow. Why wait till 3 in the afternoon for decision day or something?
So Pat, isn't it Braves and Mets they're still up in the air, right? The Braves or the Mets they were rained out, I believe, yesterday.
Yes, they have a doubleheader today too. Yes.
So okay,
yeah, that's right. But the magic number is 1 because the Mets went down there and got swept. And I believe the Braves also have the tiebreaker, right? Because
correct
sweep down there. So, it's I guess we have. I said this last year. People thought I was crazy. Remember last year there were some dramas down to the end. Dodgers, Giants playing for first place. I said with 5 teams, you're going to have more, last year there would have been no drama because there was a clear cutoff at 6, right? There was in both leagues. So you're not raising the possibility of a race to the finish, which they think they are by adding more playoff teams. Oftentimes they're eliminating races to the finish by adding 2 teams here. And there's been a clear cut. Now, I will say, with the expanded playoffs, they certainly did fire up the troops in Seattle by letting Seattle get into the playoffs. But if there was only 2 wild cards, they would have still been going down to the finish line, right? Seattle. Yes. So anyway, I'm just saying that it's all adding playoff teams does not add to the drama. They're wrong about that.
Yes, but TV gets more games, more playoff games, and that's what they really want.
Yeah, and the TV, deep in their hearts, TV is probably rooting for the Braves to finish first so they can get the Mets in the first round.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, I mean, they want to have a 3-game Mets series in the first round, I would say. So anyway, but back to the Twins and Louis. I'll stand by my skepticism.
It's fitting, too. This is the most fitting way for this collection to end, I think.
Yes. With the year, as I called it, the season of coddling. This will be remembered as the season of coddling.
Sounds like a book, Pat.
And the final coddle is trying to convince the world that Louis is sitting because of his grievous hamstring that he's affected him, since the All-Star break, basically. And, he's been a warrior. Everybody who ever plays a game for these guys is a warrior, right? He's been playing with these. He's been playing with injuries. You can't believe what Urshela has been playing. All these guys they're just complete. Jake Cave, he's a warrior.
Hours of treatment, Pat. These guys come in 2 a.m. They don't leave, and they just get nothing but hours and hours of treatment in hospital beds.
Yesterday. I saw that on Twitter. The hours of he went through hours of treatment that came out about as the controversy was raging. It became instead of taking treatment, he went through hours of treatment in the desire to go 0 for 3 and give Judge a chance to catch him in the batting race.
Amputation is possible, Pat. Amputation is possible if he can get on one leg and hit.
Hey, I was watching the game last night though, and I got that tweet sent out, and I got to think in New York they were bashing him too, right?
Yes, they're not happy.
But within 5 minutes, we had BSN changing their whole lingo about, and within, he's been playing with this for weeks, and, they knew some controversy had been stirred up back home, so they suddenly were trying to pour cold water on it, right?
Yes, of course.
It is, I was thinking about trying to write this column about how every baseball season is romantic. There's in the end of it, you kind of, you feel bad when, you think it's never going to end, but then when it ends, you're saying, boy, it went quick there at the end. But there's nothing romantic in this season. There's nothing that occurred that is romantic. And now the one romantic thing,
yes,
Arraez winning the batting title, has got a big question mark on it, and basically more fits the Twins' image as a bunch of softies than winning the batting title. If you let him play, there's nothing. There's that's at least one thing you can grasp onto is Louis won the batting title, but even that reinforces their image as a bunch of softies. So, it's they, okay. They're trying to tell us the truth here, just like they told us the truth that signing the useless Billy Hamilton at the end of August had nothing to do with Buxton's condition and whether they expected Buxton to play again this season. That was if there was a censor for lying, that one was that thing made it went boom. That would have went off. I just set off my smoke alarm in town. That's what it would have been, the smoke alarm, the liar alarm.
The lie alarm?
Yeah. I mean, they've lied everything all year long. Why should we believe them on this? You can't believe them on anything. They're liars.
Pat, did you see, I was thinking about you the other day when Simeon Woods-Richardson made his debut, and he had Woods-Richardson basically from hip to hip with a hyphenated name, and I thought, I bet Patrick Royce, he's a big fan of this.
Yeah, I loved it. I would have went to him before the game and said, what do you want, Woods or Richardson? Take your pick. You got your choice. We know no hyphens in baseball. No hyphens in baseball. As Joe said yesterday, what if Matkevich married a Brzezinski? What the hell would we do? What would we do if Matkevich married a Brzezinski? Made it to the big leagues? What would we do? No hyphens. Let's
abbreviate like hell.
What would you do? What would you could keep the Brzezinski on it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, that's I saw that. By the way, wasn't that impressed with his stuff.
No, I didn't watch him. Second of the game.
I was hoping to see a better fastball, and he didn't. His breaking ball was nothing special. I was hoping to see better stuff. I watched. I had it on purpose just to see how good he might be, and I'm not. He might have a chance to be okay, but there's not like wow. Bailey Ober's got better stuff than he does. So I mean, it's
And Bally said he had a great year. I heard him last night talking about, Bailey, how about your season, and instead of saying,
right
this is
here.
such a,
Just 3 months.
I was going to say, this has been a disappointing piece of crap, Audra. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, they told him he had a great year.
Yeah, there it is. Coming up next, Bailey Ober's season was great, and in the offseason, he's going to help children and stray pets.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's,
It's been
the question is, you threw pretty good when you threw. What,
right.
Is your job to not miss 3 months with a pulled muscle?
Yes.
I don't know.
Pat, I saw there was from Aaron Gleeman on The Athletic that 3 veterans that could be traded or shopped, I should say, this offseason. His 3 players were Kepler,
Yes.
Urshela, and Emilio Pagan.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that there's a Winter League team in Venezuela that might be interested in Emilio to pitch mop up. And okay, those are the okay. I love Aaron and fine, but you're shopping Pagan. You're shopping Pagan by giving him his outright release. You think they're gonna? Is he? He's not a free agent, right? I mean, he's not like.
I think they have to tender him, correct?
You would have to tender him.
I think they have to tender him.
They're not going to tender him, are they? Why would they tender
With
him?
these guys? I don't know.
Yeah.
With these guys, I have no idea.
Yeah.
They might.
Perk and Dick were were giving us the old, he's been pretty good lately.
Oh, God.
Then he gave up a walk and a hit.
You know what, Patrick? You and I have to go on a mission to save Perk.
Perk, we do.
We have to go on like a Blues Brothers mission. We'll dress up.
On a mission from God.
And we need to go save Perk.
Perk.
I can't watch this happen to Perk. We've
don't-
lost Smalley. We've lost Morneau.
Don't go to the school. Don't go to when they invite you to go to the camp for a month this winter to be brainwashed. Don't go because, they've already sent him to the clinic, to have a tune-up before this last road trip. And boy, tonight's broadcast, when Louie's not in the lineup, tonight's broadcast is going to be. Oof. It is a miracle that this man managed to play in any time after the All-Star.
Oh God, are you kidding? They're gonna.
It's a miracle.
They're gonna pour it on now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-game, post-game, in-game.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be.
Yeah, it will. Why would they? Urshela, is a really good player, and you don't have a shortstop next year, which means you need infielders. So why would they not just bring him back? Why would they?
I don't understand that one.
What you're gonna get for him would be
negligible.
You're not gonna get a lot for him.
Yeah, I think the reasoning there, Pat, would be to clear more of the third base path for Miranda, and then they would just probably find a Slappy shortstop or any shortstop on the free agent market or trade for another one.
Why?
I don't agree with it, but that's probably their thinking.
Do we really want to? Do we really want to see more of Miranda at third base?
Hey, Patrick, did you see Shooters Don't Print that section in the Pioneer Press on Sunday?
No.
Let's just say there is a little birdie who has mentioned the possibility of, because of all of his injury problems, Byron Buxton ending up at first base.
Yeah.
Now it's shooty. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Saw that on Sunday.
Well, as I've said, when Byron Buxton can't play center field,
Mm-hmm.
when he plays center field,
Mm-hmm.
he makes your team 20% better. When he plays first base, he'll make your team 15% worse. So, because plus there's more of a chance to get hurt there than there is in center field, isn't there? With stretching and the guy with the bad skeleton that he's got every time.
I mean, I think he's going to get hurt no matter what, to be honest.
Yeah, he is. So, but
first time I've seen that one, though.
Yeah, that's that little birdie could have been not bad. The biggest lie told here was why Wes Johnson left in the middle of the season, but they didn't really tell a lie. They just didn't tell us why.
Right.
Yes. To go back. He had to go back because they were trying to recruit transfers. We'd have to go back and look, but they probably got 3 or something, right?
That would be fun to go look at what the commitments are since June to LSU baseball. You're right.
If haven't. And Lewis, nobody's gotten to him. And he's probably either the rumor is that he wants to be a college head coach at a prominent school, and that's part of the reason. But if he wants to get back in the big leagues, he can't be candid. He can't come out and say they got Josh Kalk running around a clubhouse when I'm supposed to be the pitching coach, and I'm sick of this crap. He can't say that because he burned bridges. He can't do that. So
my question is this though: if you have heard rumblings, just periphery rumblings about that, can't somebody who covers the team find out more without Wes being an on the record source? That's what I want. I want someone to say, I want the obituary and analysis of 2022 and everything that went wrong that a reporter can possibly dig up. That's what I want.
Yeah, well, good luck.
And you lead with that.
If there's one thing that these teams have, that these Twins have done, like a lot of other teams, it's get the story straight.
Yeah.
Even though the story isn't too straight, they were, I tried to ask a few candid questions of Falvey last week and got, the BS answers. So it's not as easy as it used to be. There's not some scout that knows all. The scouts are like on the outside too.
What you need is a disgruntled, smart person
who
you don't even probably right now know their name.
Yeah.
Just some slappy that sits in the suite and crunches and is an underappreciated numbers cruncher who says, you know what? I'd love to talk to you about this crap. That's what I want. That's what you got to find.
Yeah, well.
Because, yes, you're right. The primary people are not going to talk about this.
No, they got their stories.
You're right.
Everything. But, boy, this is just the frosting on the cake, having Louis not play here and have him try to BS their way out of this one. So
Teddy Ballgame. He is not Teddy Ballgame.
No, he's not. Ted Williams was hitting 400 exactly. Actually, it was 399, but it rounded off to 400, right?
Yep.
And back in the days of baseball, when you had to make up, they played ungodly numbers of double headers because of rainouts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing a double header on the final game of the season, and Joe Cronin was the manager. I looked it up, and he went to him and said, "Yeah, you're hitting 400. You don't have to play. I'm not going to put you in a lineup." And he said, "Bleep you, play me." And he went 6 for 8 in the doubleheader and hit 406. So.
Yep.
And then 43, 44, and 45, he was in the Marines as an Air Force.
Incredible.
Air pilot trainer. And then they sent him back in Korea, where he was actually a fighter pilot for a year and a half. He missed 4.5 seasons.
Yes.
4.5 seasons with those numbers.
Incredible.
That's what I would love. Would we love that to say? Have our guy say, "P.S. I'm playing." And then in the off season, I'm going to go back to Venezuela and try to straighten out the country.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm going to come back.
How would Rocco explain? Buxton's out. He's actually fine. He's just fighting in the military now.
Yes, right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Buxton's fine, but he's now flying a fighter jet.
The best Billy Gardner line ever. Al Williams was the pitcher. Was a great guy, but one of their starters back in the bad years there, Al, and he was. We kept saying that he was a guerrilla fighter against the Sandinistas in Nicaragua.
I remember Al. Yeah.
And Slick Scar, he gave him one of those 2 1/3 with nothing. He says, "Tell you what, when they were fighting, he was hiding in the cave." Which we didn't use even then. We couldn't use it. We couldn't print it. So.
All right, sir. We'll talk to you Thursday.
Listen tonight, folks. Book signing.
Oh, yeah, book signing.
Book signing.
I would really like a lot of PJ fans to come out there. We can talk about row the boat, how we're on the bandwagon, how we worked.
I'm done.
All depressed with the performance on Saturday, and we see great things now that they're tied for first. So book signing, Louis, Tavern 23. It's right off France Avenue, and on the right. If you get off 494, take a left. It's right on the right side there. Louis Tavern.
Yep.
Tavern 23. Pretty good food, too.
Mm-hmm.
4 to 6, and we'll sign books. And if you got one already and just want it signed, bring it out, and they'll be selling them there, too.
Very nice. All right, Royce. Talk to you. Bye.